So, how are you? I'm good. I'm in summer mode and I am thoroughly enjoying a lot of quiet and a lot of inner quiet and peace and an incredible sense of, peace is the answer. And also a sense of calm and a sense of knowing in a way that really I cannot describe except to say that everything is actually perfectly right. Yesterday, when I was out walking, and I take my dogs for a walk every day out into this big, beautiful park that's not far from my house, and each moment that we walk over the threshold from where the trees clear into this big field, I always take a pause, first and foremost, just to make sure there aren't any other dogs that I need to be aware of before I let them off the leash, and then I just, take a breath and I walk into the clearing. And yeah, each day is different, right? Yesterday was a particularly special day in that as soon as I walked into the clearing, there was a different kind of energy. It was so still. The birds were still chirping and moving, but there was a stillness that was palpable and that I recognized immediately. And when this happens, my brain always goes to, what is this? What can I expect? Right? I expect something. Sometimes I say to myself, expect the unexpected. But yet, I realize that idea of the unexpected really means that I'm looking for a kind of sign, right? Even the idea of seeing something with my eyes, right? Or experiencing something in that moment. And as my mind had that thought, I was zeroed in on the most delicate, beautiful, fragile, sweet moth. It was super tiny, almost translucent. It felt like it maybe just emerged from a cocoon. And it just so softly fluttered and landed on a branch right where I was standing. I was completely sucked into this moth. And it was white, like I said, like white, almost translucent. And what I heard in my heart was this. In these moments of presence, your mind has been almost trained or wired to expect these grand moments, right? An apparition, to hear something with your ears, to see something with your eyes that maybe you want to see, that you think will validate or prove the existence of me. But the truth is that I'm all around you in every moment, in the simplest, sweetest, quietest, most fragile. I'm everywhere always. And it only takes this knowing or this remembering to connect with me here. And I realized, I actually felt like this sense of, I guess shame is kind of the word, because I realized that, I want that. I want proof, right? I want there to be this moment, this experience with, Virgin Mary, or with something that just helps to give me this, right? This concrete proof of this presence that I can feel with a different part of my being, so that I can somehow, right, make myself feel better about not feeling crazy. And then it was this experience and those words that helped me to really sink in to the energy around me. And I began to notice things that I otherwise probably wouldn't have noticed in that time. Everything takes on a new form when you connect that way. There wasn't just that one special little sweet moth in front of me, but there were hundreds, thousands of insects, of butterflies that just began to come into my awareness. There was the sound of the birds was amplified, the color of the grass, the smell of the air, the sounds around me were like a symphony. And it's always here. It's always present. Just have to get out of the wiring of these expectations, at least for me, of what it means to be proven something or to look for something to make yourself feel better. I don't know. But also to become aware of this presence that surrounds us in every single moment. And it also just reiterated for me this sense of peace and that everything is okay. Even with everything that's happening in the world and the craziness that's surrounding us and the things that make us feel afraid, the things that we are terrified of that are happening, that we can see happening, that we can feel happening, all of it's temporary. All of it will pass. And at the end, there is only love, and it always wins. And so everything is okay. Everything is perfectly, perfectly okay. I struggle to make that make sense when I see people suffering and the amount of suffering in the world, and I admit that I don't understand that. But there are so many things that I don't understand that you just have to allow that to be the case. You know, the more we accept our lack of understanding and our lack of knowing allows us to lean into the mystery of this presence that we can't really comprehend and that we can't really understand and that we will never ever be able to box, to label, or to fully know. Not in this form. And so for me, that has opened up a door of immense, immense peace. Immense surrender in a way that I understand now that I didn't before, and in a way that frankly has set me free. And I'm sharing in the hopes that it might set you free too. So I hope you're having a beautiful summer with love and peace and hope.